Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Capitol Police investigating after congressman discovered carrying a gun when attempting to go on the House floor. U.S. Capitol Police are investigating an incident in which a Republican lawmaker was stopped from bringing a concealed gun onto the House floor on Thursday, sources told CNN. The first time a member of Congress has been discovered with a firearm by the metal detectors now set up outside the legislative chamber. Republican Andy Harris of Maryland set off a metal detector outside the House floor on Thursday, and an officer soon discovered it was because he was carrying a concealed gun on his side, a Capitol official told CNN. The officer sent the officer sent Harris away, prompting him to ask fellow Republican rep John Katko, of New York, to hold his weapon. According to a press pool report, Katko refused to hold the gun for Harris, saying that he did not have a license. Harris then left the area and returned moments later, walking onto the House floor without setting off the magnemeter. The Capitol official confirmed to CNN that Harris did not enter the House floor with a weapon. Harris' office did not immediately return a request for comment. The incident was first reported by HuffPost. The Capitol police officer who saw the gun informed his superiors, and the department is investigating the matter. A Capitol police source familiar with the matter told CNN. Firearms are banned from Congress except for members who are granted certain exceptions under a 1967 regulation from the Capitol Police Board. A source confirmed to CNN members of Congress are able to carry firearms in the halls of Congress and on Capitol grounds as long as they have Washington licenses and they carry ammunition separately. The source added, under no circumstances are lawmakers allowed to bring firearms onto the House floor. Democrat Representative Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez of New York told CNN's Chris Cuomo on Thursday, not that I think a very considerable amount, a lot of members of the House still don't yet feel safe around other members of Congress, slamming Harris for the incident. The moment you bring a gun onto the House floor in violation of rules, you put everyone around you in danger. It is irresponsible, it is reckless, but beyond that, it is the violation of the rules, she said. You're openly disobeying the rules that we have established as a community, which means that you cannot be trusted to be held accountable to what we've decided as a community. And so I don't really care what they say their intentions are. I care what the impact of their actions are, and the impact is to put all 435 members of Congress in danger. Ocasio-Cortez asserted that Harris tried to hand off his gun to another member who didn't have a license, and any responsible gun owner knows that you don't just hand off your gun to another individual. You have to clear it at etc. That just goes to show it doesn't matter what your intentions is. If you are irresponsible, if you're trying to break rules, if you're trying to sneak a firearm onto the floor of the House, she added. I don't care if you accidentally set it off. I don't care if you intentionally set it off. I don't care if you don't set it off at all. You are endangering the lives of members of Congress, and it is absolutely outrageous that we even have to have this conversation. The metal detectors were installed last week in the wake of the insurrection at the Capitol. Oh, the insurrection. You see how they changed the words? The insurrection when it was a riot. But you see how they changed the words for white folks, right? At the Capitol on January 6th, which left 5 dead, including a Capitol police officer. While lawmakers from both parties have been annoyed by the long lines the detectors have created during votes, Republicans in particular have complained vociferously and in some cases ignored them. The metal detectors were installed after multiple House Democrats told CNN they were worried about some of their Republican colleagues, and after multiple conversations about the need for every member of Congress, and their guests to start going through metal detectors, CNN previously reported. Since the detectors were installed, there have been very few votes on the House floor, so members are still getting used to the new measures. Republican Representative Lauren Boebert of Colorado, who filmed a campaign advertisement vowing to carry her handgun around Capitol Hill prior to arriving in Washington, was also involved in a standoff with Capitol Police at the newly installed metal detectors when trying to get on the floor January 12th. Capitol Police, when they were forced to go through the detectors, Womack shouted, "I was physically restrained," and Mullins said, "It's my constitutional right to walk through and they cannot stop me." Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Biggs, an Arizona Republican, told reporters on January 12th as he passed through the metal detectors to get to the House floor, "This is crap right here. You can put that down. This is the stupidest thing. Even some Democrats have been unhappy with the extra security because it has led to longer lines and members being forced to be within 6 feet of one another. I'm more likely to die of COVID because I got it from a colleague than I am to die because a colleague shoots me." Representative Philemon Vela, a Texas Democrat, told CNN last week. After the initial criticism from lawmakers and reports that some refused to stop for Capitol Police after setting off the magnetometers, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi proposed a new rule on January 13th imposing stiff fines on members who refused to follow the new security measures, $5,000 for the first offense and $10,000 for the second offense. The new rule has not been passed yet and will be considered when floor votes resume in the House in February. So basically, man, these representatives just saying, look, man, I can carry my gun anywhere I want, and you're not going to stop me. Woo! Look, man, this is what's funny, man. If this were black people, and here we go, people going to be like, uh-oh, here we go, HD with the racism crap, dog. You always playing the race card, dog. Why are you always playing the race card, dog? Why? Why is it always the race card? Because y'all play the white privilege card. And y'all keep forgetting your white privilege does not trump another white privilege card. If that person is at a higher level than you and you're lower, you're going to be trumped. No pun intended. Look, that's the rules and stuff. And the reason they're upset is because they want to carry their guns for protection in case, excuse me, I had to yawn. They're trying to carry their guns because they don't feel safe because, an insurrection might occur again. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of saying a riot because, it was white people, but if it was black folks, they would have definitely been like, oh man, we got to watch ourselves. We would have got gunned down like before we even got to the grass. They would have called all these choppers and all these extra security for us, but not for them. But this just goes to show you that in the wake of all of this happen, it's very tough. It's very tough to handle this or deal with it because this is serious and people don't understand is that this type of thing showed how weak America was because you let one race just come in and do what they want to do compared to another race who we all know you'd have gunned down like dogs. So I'm not surprised at this. And Nancy Pelosi's gonna start fining people. She's gonna put it in as one of the bills in the House to get passed. And you should get fined because if it was black folks, you guys would have been arrested or pushed out. You wouldn't even made it to that extent of you wouldn't have made it to that part of the building if you were black and had a gun. So this just goes to show you that people want to take the law in their hands and they want to feel like, oh, they're safe, that nobody will come and get them. And like I said, I don't blame them. But at the end of the day, it just shows you that politicians and all of them are just as scared and nervous. But the thing is that a lot of you Republicans, y'all enamored this to happen. You guys fed the belly of the beast, and the beast is continuously was hungry, wanting more, wanting more. And because of his divisiveness, this is what it caused. So you got to live with this. You can't carry your gun there. You need to put your gun away. And then that was just dumb for him to just give his gun to somebody like, yo, man, just hold my gun. First of all, dog, you don't never give your gun to anybody. That's first of all. And second of all, you're violating rules by not having a license in that part I think it's the District of Columbia. So you got to get your license, man. Or if you do get a gun license, you have to make sure that it's valid in other parts of the country or other parts of the states. So let me know in the comment section, how do you feel? Do you feel he's guilty for having a firearm, and do you agree with Pelosi to start fining them for just carrying their gun? And also, do you agree with Ocasio-Cortez, who she says, I don't feel safe and all that bull crap, or you don't care? If you don't care, hey, let me know for 500, Alex. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you would like to donate to the Cash App, you could donate to welcome, the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDII I said that wrong. I apologize. I'm still sleepy, y'all. Bear with me. If you would like to donate to the page, Cash App me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDII. Thank you all for listening, and we're out. Dizzy!